Hello there, and thank you for joining me on this free light masterclass. Just before we get started, I wanted to say hello and introduce myself. My name is Tina Knowles. I'm a commercial photographer and I've been a photographer for over 20 years. And I have been doing this kind of job for a very long time. And I've distilled 20 years plus worth of experience and knowledge. And I've broken it down into some really easy techniques for you to follow. This free masterclass is just a snippet of what is available on a course, which I will tell you about after the masterclass itself. The masterclass is not full of fluff, and you won't leave feeling that you've not had any information, unlike some other videos I've been watching recently. It gives you proper information. It gives you actual information that is also available in the course, but you will go away with some really useful techniques that mean you can start to take some photographs and make sure they look better lit. So without further ado, let's get on to the next slide and listen to me again.
Hi there, welcome to my masterclass on light. Thank you for being here. I hope you find these tips really useful. First off, what we're going to do is we're going to find your light. So what I want you to do is I want you to take a walk around whatever property that you're in where you would naturally want to photograph your product. So if it's your home, your office, your studio, wherever it is. Have a wander around, look at the windows that you've got in those areas. Which ones are going to be best? So in terms of the quality of light, the light coming through my window right now is very soft. There's no harsh blocks of light and dark that you can see. So what you want is soft, even light. Secondly, you want to have the window to the side of your product. So the window, as you can see here, is to the side of my ornament. Thirdly, window light travels through the window and starts to fall off and disappear about 1 meter or 3 feet inside a room. So you've got a kind of light triangle. If you imagine a piece of string coming down, within that light triangle, that's where the most light will be. So if you can, I want you to work out a way of setting up a surface next to the window within the 3 feet, 1 meter, so that you can take photographs in the best light possible. Of course, as the days get shorter or it becomes winter, whatever, you need to also increase the strength of the light. And the only way to do that is to physically move your product closer to the light. If you want to have less light on your product, move it away from the light. So now we've discovered where the windows are, positioned it to the side of our product. We know where the light ends in the room, and we know the direction it's coming from. The other way to maximize light is, of course, pull the curtains back. Make sure that there's nothing obscuring the window so that you've got plenty of light coming in. Now, light's coming in from one side, lots of shadows on this side, and sometimes that can be quite nice and not a problem, but sometimes we want it more evenly lit. So how can we do that? How can we put a light to this side so that we're lighting this side and this side? Well, we're not using lights, are we? We're going to try and do this completely with natural window light. And to be fair, 95% of my photo shoots are done in natural light. I rarely use studio lights unless I absolutely have to. So this is one of the things that I do. I get something white that will bounce the light coming in through the window, hits this nice white piece of paper. It's just a notepad, A3 notepad. And look, can you see here how it suddenly bounces light from there into here and goes boing straight onto the ornament? If I take it away, the shadows come back. Bring it back again, and the light is reflected onto it. So it's now nice and evenly lit. But of course you can't stand here and take it. So what I tend to do is I use something. I've got a plant pot here, and I'm literally just going to prop it to a photo. That's it. Magic. And it's a very simple way of doing it. Of course, you can do things that are a little bit more sophisticated than that, but you don't have to spend a lot of money working out and actually maximizing light for your photo shoots. Okay, that's a really easy thing to do. So next, what do we do if it is slightly darker? Well, we have to maximize the light. So if it's darker, put your ornament or whatever it is you're photographing close to the window so the light has to travel less distance before it hits your product. Then we'd need to use technology, because currently what we're doing is we're using the light, we're using the natural abundance around us. Next, we want to use our technology, so your smartphone or your camera, and they will have some form of overexposure on that system. So I'm not going to go into details about it because everybody's got different phones and different cameras, but basically I want you to look into how to overexpose an image when you take it. They all have it, I promise you, they've all got it. And then finally, I would make sure that you have your camera or your phone on a tripod. We're talking about when it's much lower in terms of light, so that you can keep either of those nice and stable, so that when you take the photograph, there's no camera shake. And then once you've got the photograph, you've overexposed it, you've taken the photographs, it's nice and bright, but it might need a little bit more of a pop of light. Then you're coming down to the software that you use for editing. And most phones have basic software that will help you to brighten your photo. And of course, you've got things like Adobe, which will have Photoshop or Lightroom, which again, you can use brightness sliders on their software to brighten the image too. And that's it. Really easy. Find your light. Make sure you can put a platform or something near the light. It drops off 3 feet into the room, so make sure you're within the light triangle. Make sure it's soft, even light. Use a bounce. Use the overexposure in your camera or your smartphone. Take your photograph. Edit it to make it look brighter still if you need to. And it's really that simple. Hi there.
Hopefully, you will have taken notes, but I will give you a handout as well. Those are really easy, very basic techniques, but they work. They actually work. Try them. What do you need to do next? Well, try these techniques out. Make sure you download the handy guide. Practice it. But what I want people to understand is don't take it too seriously to begin with. Have a play with the light. Have a play with the bounce and the under and overexposure and see how you get on. Begin to understand it. Just give yourself 20 minutes one day and just have a little play. Your understanding will increase tenfold. Then take some photographs for real. Take some product photographs and compare them to what you used to do. You will see a huge difference. So, did you like my tempting little nugget? Has it been useful for you? Do you feel that you'd like to learn more? Would you like to know more? My course that you've got next to you right now is super fast. There's probably about an hour's worth of videos in total. They're all bite size. And the first thing we do is we go through setting up a mini studio and how easy it is to build and how easy it is to pack away. And when I say build, seriously, there's no building involved. There's a bit of sticky tape and it's a bit Blue Peter style, but it works. And that's the great thing about it. And from that basic build, you'll be able to expand to whatever you need going forward. I am a no fluff kind of person. So what you see is what you get. All the information will be laid out in a very easy to understand way. I don't hold back. You get 20 years of my experience distilled into an hour, which sounds almost impossible to do, but I've stripped it right back so that I know that the information I'm giving you is the absolute essential information for you to succeed and making sure your product photographs look so much better, which improves your scrolling. People will stop scrolling when they see your photograph because they'll want to look at it more. People will look at your grid more. People will start to like your pictures more. And importantly, people will start to buy your product. So if you would like the course, then I have a very special offer for you. Because you've watched the free masterclass, I'm going to give the course to you for a lot less money, and I'm not going to make you scroll through pages and pages to find out what the price is either. So it normally sells for £99, but because you've watched the course, you can have it for £74.99. And all you have to do in the checkout is use the code EASY, EASY, upper or lowercase, it doesn't matter, and that will automatically give you the course for £74.99. It comes with a lifetime membership, so you don't have to worry about it. And that's it. If you have any questions, by all means, email me and let me know that if there's anything else you want to know. But just click on this easy product photography image, and that will take you through to the sales cart, and away you go. I hope you find it really successful. I've put a lot of effort into making sure there's a lot there for you, without overwhelming you, and just basically to make sure you take much, much better photographs than you've ever done before. Best of luck. I wish you all the success in the world. Thanks a lot.